Clemson and NC State hit the hardwood today for the only meeting between these two programs this season. The Tigers are 0-3 in conference road games and only 1-4 overall in ACC play, which has been tough for the Tigers considering they've played 4 out of 5 ACC games away from their home court. Speaking of tough, the Wolfpack played just 40 hours ago on the road at Louisville, in which they fell short by 7 points, and they did so without Markel Johnson in the lineup for the 3rd consecutive game. Johnson is a game-time decision for today's game, but if he isn't able to go, the Wolfpack will once again be with Braxton Beverly controlling the offense and are looking to bounce back today against the Tigers. Now, starting with the Wolfpack head coach Kevin Keats in his 2nd year, this year has led this team to a 13-1 start, and the best start for the Wolfpack since the 1973-74 season when the Wolfpack went on to win the national championship. The key for the Wolfpack tonight is going to be turning it up on defense and limiting second chance opportunities. As for Carolina, head coach Roy Williams says that his team is going to need to start fast in an environment like this and not turn over the ball, which has been an issue for the Heels to start this season. However, he was impressed with the first ACC win his team picked up on the road at Pitt, but he is never satisfied, saying that now it's time for ACC basketball and every challenge is going to be difficult each night. A fun one today here at Spectrum Center for a Sunday matinee matchup. The Hornets defeated the Detroit Pistons 114-98 and led by as many as 32 points, which is the largest lead by the Hornets this season. Carson Newman's Charles Clark, like you guys mentioned, if he gets 7 points tonight, will become the Sacks all-time leading scorer. And I talked with Coach Benton, and he said that he's not only an outstanding player, he's an even better person. Has led this team to a SAC tournament title, NCAA appearances, and 4 straight winning seasons. And when he graduates this May, guys, he will leave behind a legacy not only at Carson Newman, but in the South Atlantic Conference as well. Myers Park off to a strong start this season, having outscored their opponents 196-27 and on their way to their 4th consecutive winning season, something that they haven't done since 1979, and head coach Scott Chadwick telling me in his 5th season coaching the Mustangs that this is one of the most talented teams that he has coached. Coach, as expected, a back and forth game between these two to start the half, but what have you seen from your team and how they've responded to the energy and intensity?
Well, we've done some good things to kind of get back into it.
Marvin, a big win for you guys tonight, credited to a strong start. What was different tonight?
I think you're exactly right. It was a start.
Offense got the job done, but what impressed you about the way defense played tonight?
I just think we put a lot of energy and a lot of effort.
Sitting down with us now is the one and only Kemba Walker. And Kemba, rightfully so, we have a lot to talk to you about. But you've been our most popular guest on the show, our last guest of this season. And thank you for joining us. It's like 5 or 6 times now, right? Lots of talking we've done with you.
Maybe 10.
Oh, okay. Well, glad you sat down with us once again today. But let's go back to that game Monday night. What was it that came alive in you in that overtime that just propelled you to help this team get the win?
Just my competitive nature.
As you know, the running back core, I'm sure you tuned in and watched this guy a little bit, as did Le'Veon Bell, giving Christian McCaffrey some props, saying with the slope route and scored, calling him a monster. I mean, Le'Veon Bell, who better else to hear from?
Well, I tell you, from the running back fraternity, you know, the best compliment you can get is from one of your peers.
Definitely. 56 yards, his longest play of the season, rushing or receiving. And he wasn't the only one with the big day. Coach, 3 big plays allowed your team to get points on the board, 3 defensive takeaways. How do you like your team's composure so far?
Pretty good. You know, just offensively, we got to take advantage of that.
Welcome back to Timmons Arena. I'm Taylor Cunningham, and last year, guys, the number 3 seed Wingate pulled out the win over the number 1 seed LMU by a 20-point margin, and today they look to defend their SAC championship title and even practice cutting down the net Friday after practicing. This season, a record number of Make-A-Wish kids fulfilled their ultimate dream of attending a Seahawks game and meeting their favorite NFL players.
And then getting 2018 off to a great start. This team is really rolling right now, but you got to kind of credit that to them finding their chemistry with the new pieces that were added this season, as well as getting healthy at the right time of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think getting healthy, finding that rhythm and that chemistry that you talked about.
Yeah, and it was awesome to see your teammates kind of come together and congratulate you on that performance. But then Saturday night in Dallas, 18 points, 23 rebounds, and you set the franchise record to become the all-time leading rebounder in a single season for the Charlotte Hornets. And coming into this year, your first season here, it just seems like you've been able to break record after record.
I'm just thankful that I'm blessed.
From Hollywood to the Rocky Mountains, Taylor Cunningham here to give you an inside look on what the Panthers players are up to this offseason. We all love the cheesy commercials Luke Kuechly is featured in, but the Khalil brothers, aka the Bojangles brothers, are coming for you, Luke.
Coach, obviously not the start you would have liked to have in the first half. What was the biggest challenge for you guys?
Offensively, we're just turning the ball over.
Guys, Coach Evans was telling me coming into this rematch from last year's semifinals with Carson Newman, it was a totally different approach. She said last year we were very post-oriented. This year we rely heavily on our guard play. But she said the battle is really going to be won on the boards today and who makes their free throws when they get to the line, guys.
Well, that's it for the HornetsFanshop.com pregame show. Thank you all for tuning in. The Hornets taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight on the big stage. ESPN tip-off is 8 p.m. For Matt Rochinski, I'm Taylor Cunningham.